Life is a complete disaster, but we are addicted to it. That is why we try our best to justify our existence. Deep down, we know that it's completely meaningless, but we must try to justify our existence, because if we were to accept the truth, then we wouldn't be able to justify bringing more people here. We're addicted to this life because of pleasure, because of pain, because of hope, because of despair, because sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. People who are addicted to gambling are addicted to it for the same reasons why we're addicted to this life. But the truth is, it is completely meaningless and it's a complete disaster. If we were incapable of experiencing pleasure, we wouldn't think that this is a good experience to have. We're just incapable of rising above our feelings and emotions. We're addicted to feeling these feelings that we feel. We're addicted to experiencing pleasure. So we think, oh, this is good. But it's not. The things that we have to do when we are here are not justifiable. The things that we have to do are completely unjustifiable. I'm a big fan of MMA. Now imagine this. Imagine if people who fight in these organizations just got sucked into these organizations without their consent, and they just had to fight, even though they didn't consent to being in those organizations. We will think that it is good. I mean, think about this. Some people wouldn't even be fit enough to fight. Some people wouldn't even enjoy fighting. Imagine if we just forced them to fight. And we told them that, well, what makes this fun is that sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. That's what makes it meaningful. We will be able to realize that it's completely immoral and completely stupid to have people get sucked into these organizations to fight. Isn't that the same with life? On my last video, I was talking about life being a battlefield. Once you are born here, you have to fight. You have to fight for survival. You have to fight for success. If you don't, you're going to suffer a lot. A lot. We act like people who are suffering in this world are suffering because they're doing something wrong. No, they're not doing anything wrong. Some of them are just not fit. You know, this isn't for everyone. That is the truth. This life is not for everyone. Some people just don't want this. Some people just don't enjoy doing things that are being done here. And the biggest problem is that we cannot guarantee that the people that we bring here are going to love the experience. But we still insist on bringing them here. And once they are here, we want to force them to love the experience. And if they do not love the experience, we say they are sick. And if they say, well, I need to go back to wherever I come from, we say, no, you can't. You don't have that right. Do you see how immoral it is? Do you see how stupid it is? Do you see how depressing it is to be intelligent? Because if you don't see that this is fucked up, you have to be stupid. And the people that can see that this is fucked up are intelligent. And it's hard on them because they have to carry the burden of your stupidity. Recently, I was watching an interview of David Icke. I've been watching David Icke long before they banned his account. You know, they banned his Facebook account, they banned him on YouTube. And I thought, damn, man, this guy must have had a hard life. Man, imagine telling people the truth. Imagine seeing the world as it is. Imagine being able to predict what's going to happen. Not because you're a prophet, but because you are able to see what is going on. You're able to see how the people who are running the world are running it. And you try to warn people, and people think you're crazy. That is so fucking depressing, dude. The truth is, this is not worth it. We're just addicted to it. If we're immortal, then this has to be one of the lowest realms of existence. We're not here for a good reason. We're in some kind of a trap. We're in some kind of a hell. You know, there has to be higher realms where, you know, everything makes sense. Because this doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. We're just addicted to it. And we try to justify it. In this example that I gave you, there will be people who will be addicted to fighting. There will be people who will be fit to fight. And they'll enjoy it. And they will try to justify it. And they'll think that it's good. That people are getting sucked into these organizations. Because they are winning. Because they are enjoying the experience. But it wouldn't mean that it is good. It wouldn't mean that it makes sense. Not everyone is going to like this. Not everyone is going to be fit for this. What do we do with these people who are not fit to be here? What do we do with people who do not like the experience? Because one thing that we must realize is that our perspectives are different, and we gain the perspectives that we gain through our experiences. So if someone says, okay, I don't like this, I don't have a right to say, well, I like it, and you are wrong for not liking it. And because you are wrong for not liking it, I'm going to use the power that I have to control you. I cannot have that right, because I don't experience things from their perspective. Their perspective is valid. Everyone's perspective is valid. Everyone's perspective is valid because it comes from their own experience. The problem here is that we cannot get consent from people before they are brought here. And some people don't like this. There's a certain percentage of people who wish they were never born. That's why it doesn't make sense to bring people here. The same way it wouldn't make sense for people to get sucked into these fighting organizations, because some of them would not like it. So you cannot say it's not out of compassion. You cannot say, if a person say, okay, I'm not going to bring anyone here, they're selfish. You cannot say that. It's because they're selfless. Because there are a lot of addictive things that you can experience from bringing someone here. A lot of addictive things. So it has to do with selflessness. It has to do with compassion, realizing that we're just addicted to this and it's a trap, and really deciding to let it go, which I think is good. What we need to do is to reach higher levels of consciousness every day, realize what is good for us, what is not good for us, and being in this trap is not good for us. That is the truth. Thank you.